Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am here to do a little bit of a take a closer look tutorial. And I wanted to show you, yesterday I posted a process video that include all of these like stitched sequin columns or rows. And so today I wanted to kind of zoom in and show you how I create that look super simple. So if you watched the video yesterday, you already know that I have red line tape that I put down in this column where I want my sequins to go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pick out which ones I want to use, and I'm just pushing them into that red line tape as I go. So you can see I already have a few columns done already. You do not have to use red line tape to do this. So you can use your tape runner, you can use liquid glue, you can use whatever type of glue you want. All I try to do if I'm using a liquid glue is to use the tiniest little bit and avoid the middle as much as I possibly can. So all of those holes in the middle are where my stitching is going to go. And so if you don't mind using the red line tape, I find that's about the easiest solution. And so all I'm doing right now is I'm picking through, figuring out which sequins I want to use. And this new release collection from Spiegel Mom Scraps is perfect because each one of the September sequin mixes is its own color. So there's an orange, there's this kind of bright magenta pink, there's a blue, a green, a purple, and a pale pink. And I actually used all of them, you guys, on this one layout. So all I did was I took just one mix at a time. And if you watched the video yesterday, you saw that I laid out all of my red line tape all at once. So I knew where all of the different sequin sections were going to go. And then I went ahead and did them one at a time. So I'm on to this fuchsia one. I am making sure that I fill up that entire line that I wanted to have with sequins. And then I'm going to go ahead and find a coordinating color of embroidery floss. So if you want more of an impact with your sequins, you can use a different color. If you want them all to kind of coordinate even more, you could definitely use white or black. For mine, I wanted the string to kind of coordinate with the colors of the sequins itself. So instead, I picked a color that kind of matched with what I was doing. So you'll notice the pink one has a pale pink thread, the blue has a pale blue, the orange has orange thread, and then this one is going to end up getting a magenta. And I didn't speed this part of the video up because I wanted you to kind of get an actual idea of my process and how much time this would take. So let's say you don't have the fancy like hole poking tool and mat and all of that kind of stuff that's out there on the market. You can absolutely take a piece of fun foam, which is what you saw me use that's purple, and put underneath my paper. And all I am using to punch my holes is a thumbtack. So you definitely don't have to have the fancy tools. You don't need a paper piercer. You don't need the little foam mat. Like, yeah, those things are great, but if you don't have them and you want to try some stitching, you absolutely don't have to have them. And if you watched the video from yesterday, which I just keep saying, I'm sorry guys, you know that I actually went ahead and used this fun foam on my layout. After I was done punching all my holes, it becomes some layers behind my pictures. So I used that fun foam multiple times. Now, when you are punching the holes, you want to make sure that you punch through the center of every single sequin. And then I also punch an extra hole at the very top and the very bottom of my row or my column. So I want to make sure that I am starting and ending outside my row of sequins. See there, you see I'm pulling it up through the back and there's no sequin in that spot. And then it's going to go down through the first sequin. And this is going to keep that first sequin from flipping up. So if you only were to stitch through one edge, it's going to flip up on you constantly, but it's going to be the only one in the row that flips up. And so if you want to create the look of all of them flipping around, then you're not going to stitch them to the page. But if you want it to be one solid like row or column, you need that extra stitch at the top and at the bottom of your column to make sure that all of the sequins stay. So then all I'm going to do is I go up through one hole in a sequin, and then I'm going to go backwards through the sequin hole, like right in the middle of the sequin before it. So it's just like you would do a regular back stitch, except I'm stitching through the holes in the sequins rather than just creating a straight line of stitching. So I'm going to come up from the back through the next sequin in my line, and then I'm going to go through the previous one. And then when I get to the end, I'm going to do that one extra hole, like past the end of my sequins, and bring it back through the middle so that all my sequins stay nice and flat. And so that's a really quick look at how I create stitch sequin rows and columns. And I would love to know in the comments down below if you give this strategy a try. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!